Producer Jack and Chief Meteorologist David Eckert. Well, today is the day that we normally celebrate one of the more famous forecasters, not just here in the United States, really across the globe. One of the individuals that millions of Americans look forward to and try to get what the future is, especially as we move into late winter and early spring months. Of course, we are talking about this guy right here, Punxsutawney Phil. Today is Groundhog Day, and this morning Punxsutawney Phil did see his shadow in western Pennsylvania. He is one of many groundhogs that predict the weather on this date, including some of the bigger ones like Staten Island Chuck. However, he's the most famous, Punxsutawney Phil, and Punxsutawney, Pennsylvania is known for its festival on Groundhog Day. In fact, upwards of almost 30,000 people sometimes show up to this small town in western Pennsylvania waiting to hear what Punxsutawney Phil has to say. So if he sees his shadow, that means 6 more weeks of winter. If he does not see his shadow during cloudy conditions, that means the spring comes early. So he saw his shadow, which means 6 more weeks of winter. But how accurate is Punxsutawney Phil? Well, not that wonderful. In fact, he's averaging about a 40% batting average in the last 10 years, and he's kind of hit a dry streak over the last 6 years. So last year he forecasted 6 more weeks of winter. That didn't happen in the U.S. In 2021, 6 more weeks of winter. That didn't happen in the U.S. He was correct in 2020 with an early spring, and then had a stretch of 3 straight years, 2017, 2018, 2019, of missed forecasts. So he's kind of been not necessarily the most accurate here. And 2023, he may not end up being accurate either. In fact, you can see the February outlook showing conditions across really the eastern United States above average. And then here in southeastern U.S., including all of southeast Georgia and northeast Florida, where forecasts see above average temperatures for the month of February. It's a little too early to get specific about the month of March. However, it does look like temperatures will likely be at, if not above average, for that month as well. So we're becoming more and more confident we may have an early spring across the eastern U.S., which means Punxsutawney Phil will likely be wrong once again, but people next year will head back to Punxsutawney, Pennsylvania to hear what he has to say on February 2nd. I'm Assistant Chief Meteorologist David Eckert for Channel 4, the local station.